Hi, Gabrielle. I so agree with your thoughts on the fact that school counselors often are caught in situations that are very much in the gray area, which I think makes it so difficult sometimes to think on an instant, especially in a severe case where you are now speaking to a student who speaks of suicide. It is very difficult to gauge in an instant what the best ethical and legal options are. I know they always say that legal always trumps ethics. However, I do think as long as things are very well documented, sometimes you are more ethically inclined to respond to a student. I appreciate your honesty in referring to the situation with her father where you really wouldn't know initially what you would do. Just from experience as a teacher, I oftentimes have had to go to administration about things that students would say to me because it was like an instant red flag for me. I mean, I had students last year who did phenomenal in class, and I would call home for good things, not just bad things, and he was terrified for me to even call his mom about him doing well. Her response to him was like, if your teachers annoy me, like, that was like enough to put her over the edge. And he actually was beaten at home for just very simple things. So I chose not to call home. I really just chose to keep it confidential and work with him one-on-one and have administration aware of things that he told me. But that's why I think that this is so much in the gray area, especially if Sally is depressed because of her father. So my first instinct would to break confidentiality in the sense that I would inform her parents that she came to see me about something, so they were aware of the informed consent. Anything that's stated in terms of potential to harm oneself or another would be a cause for a breach in confidentiality. But that's where the ethics kind of trumps legals, because you are legally stating what you're supposed to. You're not lying. However, you're also not saying too much to possibly cause more harm at home, because we do have a duty to do no harm to our students as school counselors. So we need to be very careful when we're dealing with a student who comes in with this type of statement, and also a potential for her to be in harm just by going home. So I do think it's very, very much a slippery slope. Or I would specifically ask to speak to the mother, depending on her culture, of course. If mom was available, I would maybe speak to her and not the father. But that's also something that could also cause potential questioning on the parents' part. But I appreciate your post very much. Thank you.